an evil world we live in.
Now when it's changing, like women has more rights. Back in the days, because it was only men who could work and earn more money, men those days made like more legacy. So still now, if you're a son of someone, then your father and the grandfather and grandfather, they had the companies who are now, you know, grew, and it's like it's passed on the sons, you know. So still men can earn more money because they have their own businesses.
Now tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
In a viral TikTok causing quite the reaction online, a woman named Ali says that she works full-time as a housewife and found what she calls a high-value man by becoming a better human and being more submissive and feminine. The video was posted by her friend Pearl Davis, who goes by Just Pearly Things online, and now has over 1 million views. Ali also has a TikTok account where she goes by Real Femme Sapien, where she answers questions and concerns over her life as a housewife.
Women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like her in her McMansion with her husband who's hot and the baby.
In the video, Ali says that the job is similar to any other job, as you have to be submissive to your boss, similar to how she is submissive to her husband. In order to find these men, she suggests working for the men that they would want to date and later marry, like being a dental hygienist if you want to marry a dentist, or being a paralegal if you want to marry a lawyer. Both Ali and Pearl use their account to discuss being housewives, which seems to attract a wide variety of followers. While some women maintain that it's not the 1950s and women do not have to be reliant on men, others are interested in being housewives or stay-at-home moms.
I get my back blown out regularly. I am fully paid for survival. I have my own autonomy. I also do my own work. So, like, I just don't see what's wrong with my situation, but they can ask themselves why they're single if they want.
And according to a study, millennials surprisingly have more traditional perceptions when it comes to the role of the woman in a modern society. When surveyed, 32% of millennials said that the man should be the breadwinner in the house, while the woman should stay at home. In the 1990s, this number was 27%. Some have wondered if the interest in being a housewife has reemerged, specifically in millennial women. Another study shows that, quote, the share of mothers who do not work outside the home rose to 29% in 2012, up from a modern era low of 23% in 1999. On TikTok, the hashtag housewife has over 1 billion views, with a lot of the users being surprisingly young. Videos like Day in the Life of a 22-year-old housewife are incredibly common as people document their life as stay-at-home wives and why they enjoy it. Although some picture it to be oppressive, picturing a 1950s era marriage, some find it empowering and relaxing, especially if they are not being forced to do so. One person commented, "Funny, the same women on here bashing her want a traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional woman." Another person noted, "All she's saying is become the person who attracts the people you want to attract. It ain't that serious. You don't agree?"
So, speaking about the extremes, you can see that there's now this new, let's say, craziness going on about, you know, housewives, right? Mm-hmm. So this is why I wanted to bring in this extreme issues, because now being a traditional woman or housewife is seen as a goal, right? When in the past this was the norm, right? This was the norm, right? Because men providers, women sit at home, but not just sit at home and do nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying sit at home, be the caregiver, taking care of the kids. True. You know, raising up the kids, preparing the home, you know, making sure everything was you know, set in place. Now, your dynamics has been going on for 9 years. You guys have been together for 9 years.
Can I go back still to that?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to like notice that they use the word work. Yeah. That they said it's a work in her case, and she treats it as a work. So it's not like she's just a woman, you know, enjoying and just saying, this is what I do in the free time and this is my life. She still treats it as a work, because it's a work actually.
Yeah, it
and you know, if the husband has a good paid job, then he actually earning more money covers the expenses she does for home, you know, and for her work actually. So it's like it is a work. And
I believe it's a work, to be fair, because if you think about it, full-time stay-at-home wife is not just only cooking. Yeah, true. She's cleaning, she's making sure everything in the house is in position, she's making the food for the kids. She is the first teacher the kids have, right?
True,
very
true.
Because back then, in those days, traditional relationship or marriages, the kids usually stay at home till probably 4 or 5 before they go to primary school. Because kindergarten was a thing that is modern. Because the first few years of the kid's life, the mother is teaching them principles.
Yeah, true.
Right? So we cannot, these days people dump kids in the kindergarten because
very
everybody
true.
has to work.
Yeah.
The woman has to work, the husband have to work and and provide. So it was a full-time house. It was full-time work,
Yes.
I was saying, right?
Yeah, very true.
And also notice that because now when it's changing, like women has more rights. Back in the days, because it was only men who could work and earn more money, men those days made like more legacy. So still now, if you're a son of someone, then your father and the grandfather and grandfather, they had the companies who now grew, and it's like it's passed on the sons, So still men can earn more money because they have their own businesses than women who has to do everything from the start. That's why. If now the rights are equal, they have to work more. It's possible, and of course there are women who has their own companies earn a lot. But in general, it's easier for men because it's from back in the days, So, yeah.
True. And just in that video we're watching, the word submission was thrown in a lot. Submission, being submissive. What do you understand about a woman being submissive in a relationship?
Can you explain submission?
Submission, so the literal definition of submission, the way in relationship is a woman, let's say, following the lead of the man, right? Honoring his decisions in the family, right? And whether you disagree with it, but you still trust them enough and you accept the decisions he makes. Right, so that's submission. Maybe it's the language barrier. How would you say it?
No, I understand
Okay.
anything. But he can also answer, no?
The questions are
Because this question is really triggering to a lot of women when they hear you need to submit to your man, right? So what do you think about submission? Do you think, first of all, do you think you're a submissive woman? No, let me listen question to John.
No, but he has also a lot of influence on my decisions.
Okay.
But I make my own decisions,
Exactly. And is she submissive? Well, I'm not saying. I'm saying
I get you.
The definition of the biblical submission, when a man and a woman join. Of course, this is not a marriage yet, but yeah.
She follows to things I might say, hey, will you do this and that? But it's not like something she's forced to do, because at the end of the day, it's her decision. If I say, today you're sleeping in the balcony, it's her decision. You understand what I mean? It's her decision. She'll like, oh yeah, sure, it's warm enough, why not? Or it's cold. No, I'm going to bed. So yeah, it's more of, she listens to what I can suggest, but it's not something forced to her, like you have to.
Okay, true.
It's whether you want or not.
The submission, there is no force. Right?
Yeah.
The true submission, there is no force, because as a woman.
But I treat everything what he says as a thing I should do. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I would say that it's within the aspects of traditional. Let's say relationship.
You can see even our parents. Yeah. There are like 20-30 years difference between us and our parents, and still. They are different than us, and they are still more from in this traditional, Okay. And we.
Let me bring a little bit question. So your parents, your dad is the breadwinner of the family.
Yes.
And your mom, she works, so she's a full-time.
She works right now, but she also used to stay at home for 12 or 15 years. Okay. So she was like a housewife. Till I was 12 or 15, I don't remember. And then she went back to work. So. But still, my father is
working.
Yeah.
So why she was a housewife? Was it because you were born? That's why she chose to stay at home, or? I
think they saw my father earns more. That's why they decided to like this money she was earning was not worth it if she still goes to work, and I don't know, they hire a nanny or anything. So I think they just decided, he can, like the father can bring enough money. Yeah.
And for you, is it more traditional back home or both parents are working?
No, both of them were working.
Both of them
I
were
used to
working.
have like a nanny, yeah. But when I was 5, I went to boarding school.
So when you were 5, you went to boarding school. Okay.
But before, I used to be with mom and nanny. Yeah, because both of them had to provide. I'm from a middle
class.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
also
that's
so
true.
different because in Poland, no kid at the age of 5 will go to boarding school.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
it's like impossible.
Really? When is the appropriate age? For
When you go for university,
Yeah.
you can
Oh.
leave to another city
true.
and
So again, it's a bit different
It's-
from where
yeah.
you're from because right from the age of 5,
Yeah,
once you're in
from
primary
5.
school, you can go to a different city and
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
in the hostel.
Yeah.